Hello, welcome to Sounds of Wisdom with Willow, and today I'm here to talk about my lifestyle and how to not change how you live, no matter the generation you're in, no matter the people around you, just to remain grounded and remain who you are. Do not change it. So, I'm very aware that the way I live is not the coolest, it's not the most popular way to live, it's not the most entertaining to some people, but it's really, really beautiful to me how I live. So I want you all to remember that the way you choose to live is beautiful in its own way, and do not try to adapt to your environment or adapt to society in any way. So a couple of things that I like to do is I love to drink tea. I love to watch documentaries because you can give love to your body while also learning. So that's something that I really, really love to do, is drink tea and watch a documentary, whether it's about social media, whether it's about spirituality, anything of that sort. I really like to focus on a documentary and watch it and enjoy it and learn new things about holistic living, also living more naturally, recycling and things like that, and just how to be more pure in any way that I can. Maybe pure is not the way, because I feel like maybe nobody's pure. Well, we're all pure in our own ways, but how to be more mindful of the way I live. I love to watch documentaries on things like that and learn more on things I can change in my everyday life to make better decisions for Earth. Something else that I love to do is read and write poetry. So reading is really, really, really a mindful moment for me, because one point in time I did not like to read, but once I got that book that I just loved, it was just over for me then. Like, I loved it. So I really got into spiritual books. Those was the first books where I was like, okay, cool. And when I say spiritual books, I do not mean religion books. I mean spirituality of all kinds. So I tend to get books that really talk about Buddhism, but I also have a book that talks about Christianity and things like that. But I've expressed, I'm sure in one of my videos, that I'm not religious, but I take things that I need to learn from different religions. You know, I take a piece from Buddhism, a piece from Christianity, whatever I need, whatever fits me is what I use, and I make it into my own religion, and it really works for me. Next is sitting with myself. I love to sit with myself and my thoughts. It is like one of my all-time favorite things to do. Maybe after I have had a long day of interacting with different energies, different people, different vibes, I come in my room, I put on that documentary I was talking about, I drink some peppermint tea, and I sit with my own soul and I listen to my thoughts and I listen to myself. And how are you feeling today? I ask myself, how are you feeling today? Do you need some yoga today? Do you need a form of meditation today? Anything like that? Do you need prayer today? If so, let's do it now. I try not to wait to the last minute of when I'm in like distress in some type of way. I try to attack my feelings immediately. So if I'm feeling like there's too much going on around me, I will tend to maybe just, for example, go to the bathroom and have a moment of where I just breathe. Like, okay, the vibe in here is a little off, something's a little weird, and I just take a mindful moment, as I do in my videos also, which is what I'm going to do now. Smelling the flowers and blowing out the candles is an everyday practice that I do when I'm in meditation. Some of you may know it as breath work. I call it a mindful moment. I call it a mindful moment, and that is also a time where I sit with myself and my emotions. If I'm going into a tough situation, I am sure to sit with myself and breathe, and I make myself aware that, okay, you are going into a really tough, intense environment. Ground yourself. In 3, 2, 1, ground yourself. And it helps me every time. Every time, it never fails me. Next, I love to take breaks from social media. Okay, so social media is a whole nother world, but there are times where I just take a break. If it's a little too much negativity, it's giving me too much information that I do not need, I take myself off. I will take all my pictures off, my profile, all that. I'm taking everything off. Something about not being identified when you're not on social media, I don't know. It's a weird thing I do, but I take my pictures off. Like when I take a break, I take my pictures off and I just leave it there. I don't know why. It probably doesn't even make a difference, but it's something that helps me internally, so I continue to do whatever I feel that helps me. So I make sure to take breaks from social media, not be on social media all day long, but I do love to inspire people and give people quotes to follow, videos, mindful moments. I make sure to repost things like that because it can help somebody that's having a tough day or a tough week. It can really help them. Speaking of a tough week or a tough day, you should never, ever, 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 ever sit in an emotion for over a day. This is just my personal opinion. It's okay to have moments, but for you to have a whole day where you are just in your bed, you're tired, you're just like, I can't do this anymore, anything like that, that is not healthy. That is not healthy, and I would really recommend Hindsight. He's also a YouTuber to watch. If you are having one of those moments, don't sit in it. Do not sit in it for long. Take yourself out of it, okay? It is not worth the time, the energy, anything like that. So that's something that I would really, really recommend, is to not sit in bad energy for over a day. That's way too long to be in any emotion. There always has to be a balance, whether you're happy, sad, angry. There has to be a balance, always. Something else I like to do is staying at home. And I know that the older I get, the more I mature. I love to stay home. I love to be around my family also, but I really love staying home. I do. I love being in my mama's energy. I love being in my energy. And even when my mom decides to go out sometimes, I love to be in my own energy. All that going out and stuff is not for me. It's not. I love to do it, but I would prefer to stay home if I want to be really, really transparent. I really, really love my home. My home is like, this is my safe space. My room is my safe space. This is where I feel the most safe internally. So yes. Meditating and yoga. Okay. So I love to meditate anytime. I will meditate anywhere. I think that a lot of people think that you have to meditate when your legs are crossed and you're here. It's not really that. It is that. I also do that very frequently. But you can meditate while you're getting water, while you're driving. Thich Nhat Hanh. Please look up Thich Nhat Hanh. He is where I actually learned a lot of my practices, and how I meditate is, I really got inspired by his way of meditating. So I meditate anywhere. When I'm talking to people, when I'm drinking water, when I'm looking at TV, I am in a form of meditation. I think a lot of people think you have to silence your thoughts or you have to stop your thoughts. The goal of meditation is to never stop your thoughts. It's to stop your thoughts from controlling you. That is the goal. But you still want to have thoughts, okay? You still want to be alive and living, because that's the natural thing to do, is to have thoughts. It is okay to quiet the mind, but not silence the mind. So that's something that I learned also from Thich Nhat Hanh. Like, it's always going to be thoughts, but breathe and control yourself. It's all about control, in my opinion. I love having some form of emotional intelligence in any space I'm in my life. And it has really helped me knowing the balance of how to be sad and how to be upset, and not how to be overly sad or overly upset. Mind you, I am not a therapist. This is just things that works for me. I've learned that balance is key for me. I love balance. Always. I love balance. Lastly, talking to the Most High, talking to Jah, talking to Buddha, whoever you praise whoever you talk to, even if it's yourself. If you're your own God, that's good too. Whatever you prefer. But I say the Most High, I say God, and things like that. I have a knowing that when you talk to God, they hear you without a doubt. God does not have a gender to me. It is just the energy that I feel. It's a presence that I know. And I know when God is in the room. I know. And I can feel it. I love listening to gospel music and things like that. Gospel music really, really speaks to me. That's where I get my praise, is gospel music. But then after gospel music, I go read my book about mindful moments and things like that. So speaking of, since we're on the topic of God and Most High and stuff like that, I want you to know that take your own path, okay? The point of spirituality to me is flexibility. I can go anywhere I need, anywhere. Any religion I need at the moment, that's what I use. And of course, for some people, it doesn't work for them like that, and that's okay. But it does work for me like that. If I might be feeling a little angry or something, which is very rare, but you do have those human moments where you're going to be angry about something, about someone, you're going to feel anger. I go to Buddhism immediately. I go to meditation. I go to mindful moments. I take my break. But when I'm having a moment of sadness, or a moment of where I'm not clear or something, or I need some form of clarity, or if I don't even need a reason to pray. I think that people pray at the last moment. You have to pray in your everyday life and let the Most High know that you have not forgotten about the higher power. Okay, so I make sure to pray. My mother always taught me, make sure to say that you're grateful for this day, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but you're grateful for this day, this very moment. Thank you all for your time. Namaste. I hope you all enjoyed this video and you found out more things about yourself through me giving you this information. Remember to never ever change yourself for nobody. I know that it's really hard in the world we live in, but do not, I repeat, do not change yourself. It is not worth it. And I do want to say, like I said in my last video, mistakes are necessary. If you look in this video, you all see that I may have messed up on some words or something like that. And what I learned is that is authentic. That is real. That is normal. Okay? And I want this channel to be so real and so normal, where I mess up on my words, I mess up on my speech sometimes, because I do have a little bit of not really a speech problem, but I did have to go to speech when I was younger, so there are words that I messed up on. I do talk really fast, but this is who I am. And I want you all to know that this channel is a safe space for everybody, no matter who you are, no matter what color you are, no matter what you believe in. This channel is for you. Peace, love, and light, y'all.